Tell me about Otis.
Otis was found in Nashville when the weather was about 9 degrees outside. He was found roaming the streets, and all he had on was a sweater. We don't know the history behind his eye. He was found just like this. The Boston Rescue picked him up, and now he's being fostered until we can find a home of a loving family for him.
Thanks. Otis, you sure are good looking, buddy. Tell us about Harley.
Well, Harley I got a call about Harley last July, and Harley was living here in town, and a family who they said they had received him from someone who was abusing him. I don't know whether that's true or not, we never know, but we got him. And we moved him over to Bellevue. Harley was extremely hyper at the time and very mouthy, not bitey, but mouthy. When we went to have Harley neutered, like we do with all the dogs, they found out that his tongue was completely split in half, where apparently someone had kicked him in the head or in the face or whatever. If you look at Harley, he has scars all over the top of his head and all over his body from where we think that he was used to bait other dogs. So for a little guy who has had a kind of rough life, he's not doing too bad right now. I'm going to foster him. He's on our website and he's on Pet Finder. We're probably going to have Harley go to someone who is home all the time and doesn't have any other dogs. So that's Mr. Harley's story. But as you can see, he's come a long way. When I saw him in July the first time, he was just bouncing off the walls. And now he's much better.
He's a great one, all right. Thanks a lot, Bill. Tell us how you got Spike.
Well, this here is Spike, and he was kept in a cage for 4 years, never let out, never bathed or anything. And we adopted him in 2008, and he's been a blessing to us ever since. Just been a wonderful dog to have, and he's just been a great addition to the family.
Thanks. Hey, how'd you get Ted?
He was found locked in a garage with nothing to eat but a dead deer carcass.
Oh, man.
When we got him, he was very skinny. Like, you could see his whole ribs, his hip bones, and his spine. He has picked up a lot of weight, but as you can see, he's still skinny, but he's picked up a few pounds. He's very good around other dogs. We brought him into our house, and he fit in with our family just fine. It's just like it was nothing. Just walked right in, got along with all the dogs. He's a good boy, very loving.
What do you call him?
We call him Ted Nugent
because
he was found with the deer carcass. We thought it kind of fit him.
Well, Ted does hunt deer, that's for sure. Well, he looks like he's a wonderful addition to your family.
He really is. He's a great dog.
Okay.
Gets along with our dogs perfectly fine.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Ted, for letting us shoot a little video of you, buddy. Hey, tell us about the Southern Cross Boston Terrier Rescue and how it got started.
Okay. As far as I know, Southern Cross is about 3 or 4 years old, and it's people obviously who love Boston Terriers. We do rescue in 3 states right now and are growing, some from Indiana, Kentucky, Tennessee, and take dogs from all over, sometimes even into Missouri right now. They'll do some fostering for us. We are a bunch of people who I guess have come together because we've all done rescue on the side or by ourselves, and then it somehow have been contacted by a member of the group and got involved. That's how I did. I was taking Boston Terriers from my vet's office and other places and getting them homes, and then the now vice president of the organization, Wendy Harp, called me and said, we'll take this dog that you have online. And I said, well, who are you? And she explained to me what she was, and I said, well, we're doing basically the same thing, so I might as well join up with you. Now, I don't know how Tina got involved.
I rescued 2 Boston Terriers from an apartment complex that were going to be shot, and Wendy brings the rescues into the vet's office I work at, and I contacted her, and they didn't have a foster home, so I volunteered to foster the 2 rescues that I just saved, and that launched my fostering and adopting and helping out Boston Terriers.
And we have Precious here, who was born with birth defect of her legs. Her paws were actually turned outward, and they were going to put her down. And we found out about it through the grapevine, which is the way we find out about a lot of things. And we have taken her in. Actually, Tina took her in, and they did surgery. They found a vet for her, and they did surgery on her. And over a year, Tina did not put her on the ground because she had casts on all the way up her leg. And she now, even today, she sits backwards with her legs out in front of her because that's the way she had to sit for about a year. People think that, well, it's a dog and it doesn't cost that much to have this done. It was a $3,000 or $3,800, I think it was,
Surgery.
procedure, and then there was other things that happened after. We don't put the dogs down if we can save them. We have people in other states who will then take what we call a special need dog. Of course, Tina became so attached to Precious here, all 9 pounds of her, that she's kept her and she's not going to go anywhere. But we, again, like I say, when you foster them out, the most difficult thing probably is the first one, is when you have to say goodbye to the dog and, you know, go from there.
How do you, if someone wants to adopt a dog, what do they need to do?
Okay, well, to adopt a dog, we have a website, and it's Southern Cross Boston Terrier Rescue. They can look online and find the rescue site that way, or they can go to Pet Finder and just punch in their zip code, and they'll see Southern Cross Boston Terrier Rescue. They'll see the dogs that we have for adoption along with other dogs. And what we then do is they fill out an application. Once they fill out the application, somebody contacts them and we do what's known as a home visit. We do the home visit, and if we feel that this couple or whatever, this person is going to be right for the dog, then we will go on with the adoption procedure. Once they do that, they have to fill out adoption papers, they have to meet the dog, and we have a fee of $300. And the reason that we have that fee is because that's about what it costs us. Actually, it costs us more in most instances to get the dog vetted, to get the dog neutered, make sure he or she has all her shots, microchipped, and inevitably, when you find a dog that's been walking around out in the street for a while, they have worms, so you have to take care of that. A lot of the dogs that I've have had ear infections, which we take care of. Clear it all up, make sure that the dog is housebroken, and so on and so forth before we adopt them out.
Okay, that sounds great. Well, we'll pass the word and let everybody know.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.